Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? Today I'm going to go over how to draw a Beast from X-Men. For every stage I'm going to go through, I'm actually going to kind of talk at the stage, and then the rest of the times I'm probably going to just speed through it because this is a longer process. In order for tools, I'm going to be using this blue pencil, which really sucks. It's actually one of the worst blue colored pencils I've ever used in my life. So don't use that. It's just the fact that it's blue. I can put some lines in. And then I'm going to be using a Prismacolor Premier Black Noir pencil. That's should I tell you everything. And there's like a number at the edge of it. It says PC935. You know, if you care to know what kind, but I'm going to use that secondarily. That's going to be a black. So the first stage I'm going to do with, especially with Beast, because he's going to have an agile kind of look. I'm gonna start by putting in the initial shapes for his pose, and I'm going to start with his head. It's going to be really more extreme of a perspective angle than normal. 1 second, let me check the camera. Yeah. Now the reason I'm using this blue is because it kind of disappears. They used to use them because it disappeared on Xeroxing, you know, when you had when they use only copy machines. Now with scanners, I mean, everything comes out. Find the shape of the shoulders. I'm trying to find the rib cage, and you have to understand it's going to be overlapping because the head's going to be more forward because he's leaning forward. Finding the shoulder. I want his hand to kind of come forward. It's going to be some foreshortening. Putting his hand down here, trying to kind of lay that in here with some very simplistic lines. I'm laying in the kind of palm section separate from the other section. That's going to be kind of a lay-in for his arm there so far. Just finding really simplistic shapes. His legs are going to be sticking out because his torso is so far bent, you know, you're not even going to really see his pelvis at all, honestly. But you will see his leg kind of sticking out here. And then his foot behind that. I'm going to just throw another square in for the foot. And then his leg over here sticking out in the front. Can't forget about his arm. His arm's going to come in front of his leg. I want to find his chest over there. Okay, so right now I have the initial stages, the very bare essentials for his pose. Okay. So now at this point, what I would do is, hold on, sharpen my pencil. At this point, I'm going to find a little bit more. Now I'm going to go into certain blocks, like that circle for his head. And if you go back, look at the head tutorials, I'm going to find it the exact same way I would find the head tutorials. If you want that, actually go back and check that out. I'm going to lay this in, and I'm going to fast track this next section and then talk to you about what I'm doing. Alright guys, this is the next stage. Basically what I did was I kind of went into more detail with the body and started constructing things, putting the anatomy, some anatomy indications there of where things are going to go. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the blue pencil, and I'm going to bring out the this Prismacolor pencil, and I am going to sharpen it. The eraser I have today is this crappy white eraser. I don't like it. I like the kneaded eraser much, much more. I just don't know where one is, honestly. There's some clay that looks just like it, but it's not. So I'm going to go into the face first, primarily, and I'm going to try to darken lines out, and I'll talk probably right after I'm done with the head. So let me fast forward and we'll go into this. Okay, I'm going to go, I started putting in some of the anatomy and things like that. Started putting in more detail. I'm going to go into the hair because I don't think he looks beast-like enough. I'm going to start putting in little striations in his hair. And maybe start adding a little bit of like very light shading throughout the entire thing. So let me keep going. Okay, so I forgot to actually take a break and talk, guys. Sorry about that. But what I started doing is I started going to the shadow patterns, and it's going to be like a top-lit view, and it's all pretty, it's not 100% correct because there would be more of a cast shadow here. I just didn't really want to add that, quite yet. This is all more like comic penciling shadow patterns where they kind of indicate them, but you're really just trying to show off the form, like the roundness of this and stuff like that. It's a little bit different than actual per se shading. Um, but yeah. Anywho, let me talk a little bit while I'm shading here. Just kind of find any spaces, accentuating stuff. Beast is pretty cool. There's a lot of different versions of him. There's a version of him where it's more of an animalistic face. I kind of like the version of him where it's, more human, more or less. He looks more like a hairy troll dude or something. But man, he's pretty cool in the movie too. And let me see what else is about Beast. So let me know what other characters you want me to draw. I'm going to start doing full bodies, so start requesting. Also, I'm trying to grow the channel. It was growing really rapidly for a while, and it's actually still growing, but I want to get to grow even faster. So request some characters for full body, and I'll see what I can do. There are a couple of requests I already wrote down I want to get back to and try to finish for you guys. But I think I might leave this as is right now. This is going to be Beast from X-Men. I had to really go into his hand there. Anatomy is a little wonky right here. This is something that I'm going to self-correct myself. I can't really do it right now, but because of foreshortening, when an object is kind of facing toward you, he's got that cylinder is coming right at you, at your face. I think of his arm as a cylinder, so because of that, that cylinder is, let's say, like that's the arm. It's blocking the other parts of the arm because of that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of covering up the bicep almost entirely. You know what I mean? His elbows turned a little odd. And I shortchanged it a little bit. I gave him his deltoid and his elbow are way too close together, so I kind of went too much on the anatomy. I can try to pull the elbow back a little bit, but that's about it. That's a huge error, guys. So, before you guys call it out in the comments, I know, but it will pass. You know what I mean? It will pass. It will be fine for just a demonstration. It's fine. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot. I appreciate you watching. Like I said before, please comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Thanks a lot, guys.